everyone, I'm Sophia, Maddie, and I'm here with my teammate Tran. We are proud members of High-Leader Culture, the most active online society on our campus. And we have a traditional pandemic and online interaction research project led by our Vice President of Scholarly Activity, Tran. So when we began sharing about this project to PTP members, and driven individuals come together and set up the research project. So luckily, I was taking a rapid research class with Professor Eddie Grant, who later became our mentor for this project. We are so grateful and I'd like to thank you to Evan for sharing her extensive knowledge and expertise and helping us become part of this symposium. So initially, we are 8 individuals who come with different backgrounds. So we have different visions of what we would like to do with this project. So after multiple brainstorming sessions, we found out that there is one topic that we are highly interested and passionate about: leadership skills. We are very interested in and think that it is the most important skill, not only in workflows, but also in schools and everyday life. So we started research by examining who is part of these leadership skills, what skills that a good leader have, and what made them develop these skills. So when we started our research, we became very interested in showing that only 41.9% of workflows are occupied by women, and only 32.2% of them are in senior leadership roles. Also, in work participation, only 40% of them are women. So this shows that even with the nature of women in all aspects. So this statistic make it clear to why women are underrepresented in these leadership roles, and what type of people they are, and what she company have discovered, but it's not helping them become successful leader and be in top minority group. So we started to dig on molecular mission and came across very fascinating research suggesting that leadership skills possibly correlate with age and sport participation, because sport participation not only improves your mental and physical health, but also boosts your coping skills, problem-solving skills, and have a clear vision for your future. It also serves as a channel for personal liberation and help challenge handful stereotypes about womanity. So this last part drew our attention and led us to our question of how does participation in sport competition play a role in women's leadership positions? So to get more broad variety and primary data, we studied our research methodology and divided it into 4 sessions. So we studied our online articles and books to understand more about this topic and what other scholars have been discussed. For the interview process, we started by seeking out participants by contacting our OCT athlete department. We also announced it on the campus of several online societies and programs. For all the responses that we received, we randomly selected 13 participants. However, due to conflicting schedule, we had to reduce our participants to 9. So after that, to get more diverse perspective on this topic, we also reached out to one of our OCT faculty members and have held a 30-minute one-on-one interview with all the participants. So after the interview, we also did a survey to conduct to gather demographic data from the participants. So this interview process that gave us primary data includes gathering participant background in sports, skills that they have gained from sports, and how that's contributed to their academic, leadership, and everyday life. We also asked about their perspective on sport and leadership. At the same time, we also evaluate whether they have the experience in leadership role or are currently in one. So after this interview process, we started our data analysis, where we summarized the interview transcript of the participants, collecting quantitative data from the respondents, and comparing and contrast where we analyze both the data we got from the interview as well as from the literature and see if there's a pattern or correlation between sports and leadership. During this process, we came across pretty surprising and interesting facts that suggest that there is a translatable skill between sport participation and leadership. And that will be presented to you by my team, Tran.
All right, thank you so much, Sophia, for the introduction and the methodology. After we gather all the essential data from the interview, we come up with this graph of transferable skill claimed by participants as the result of playing sport. You can see there's a variety of skills, with the top 3 being empathetic, confidence, and communication. So how do we come up with this graph in the first place? So it needs to come from interview transcript that we have from each individual participant. So here's I give out some samples that we got. So I'm going to read through it. So participant 1 says that I gained decisiveness from playing sport. That's something that I struggle with a lot. But when you don't have time, you have to make the decision right away. So we're gonna record that she has decisiveness as a result of playing sport. I also learned to be more confident, tally confidence, and talk to other people with minimal aggressiveness. So she has communication. I'm going to read over one more example of participant number 2. She said that sport had a positive impact on my socialization skill, which helped me in working with people as well as communicating with them. So socialization and communication. Moreover, my confidence has improved a lot since I started to participate in sport competition, which helped me know my ability and strength to do things. So confidence go to the data, and that's how we come up with this graph. So I've already talked about this graph already in a previous slide. It is transferable skill that participants claim as a result of playing sport. To the right, it is the leadership trait described by participants when we ask them to define what is a leader. The same procedure can be used to form that graph. We're going to read through the interview transcript, record them along the way. When the group wants to investigate the relationship between sport and leadership, we want to see the connection of transferable skill and how that match the value and the characteristic of the leader. In other words, we want to compare the skill that participants gain from playing sport to their definition of a leader. Surprisingly, you can see that there's a lot of correlation between both graphs, with the top 3 in both graphs being empathetic and confidence, following by communication and caring. Because participants perceive that the skill that they got for playing sport match the value of a leader. It leads to 100% of them claim that they want to step up as a leader. It encouraged them to step up as a leader. Some of the sample response could be that, I know I have the skill and the capability to become a successful leader. Why don't I step up and become one? The problem with that is they only encourage to step up as a leader. Well, that doesn't tell me anything. The group needs to move on to the final page, which was asking them about the current position or experience that they have as a leader. Are you actually a leader? So exactly 2/3 of them claim that they have experience or the current position as a leader. One participant expressed that she is the ASOCC Student Senate. 2 participants are a leader of Honor Society, 2 treasurer of a club, and 1 coach. The other 3, even though they have no experience and position as a leader, the skill that they got for playing sport will become a strong foundation for future leadership opportunities. Moreover, it encouraged them to apply to multiple aspects of life. That's why I call it transferable skill to school, family, workplace, and personal development. Let's pause the presentation here for a bit. I know it was a lot of information. Now, I want your opinion about this question.
So, do you think there are more men or women in leadership roles? Please raise your hand if you think there are more women.
Raise your hand if you think there are more men in leadership roles.
All both.
Okay, very interesting result. So I can say that our result from our sample size pretty much correlated to the result. So in this room. So yeah, thank you so much for the response. In addition to the skill that we investigate, we also want to examine the other factors that influence their ability to stepping up as a leader. For example, like traditional norm of male dominance in leadership and how that affects women's intention to step up as a leader. We asked them the exact same question that I asked you guys earlier. Do you think there are more men or more women in leadership roles? 6 of them say that there are more men, 2 of them say that there are more women, 1 of them said that they are both equally distributed. And we was like, okay, how's that affect you taking leadership roles? And we come up with this graph. 5 participants say that I know there are more men in leadership roles, but that won't prevent me to step up as a leader. Two women expressed that nowadays there are more women in the leadership roles already. I want to continue the trend, continue the legacy. The remaining 2, more men or more women, I don't care. I want to step up because that's my motivation and I want to do it, not because of societal matters. So here's the sample response that we got, and the same procedure can be used when we come up with this graph. I'm going to read through them. I feel like men sometimes take the role for the wrong reason, and people follow blindly despite right or wrong. Women definitely try a lot when it is in the right direction. So this female athlete definitely goes to the more men category, and she wants to step up. So initially, Sophia mentioned about the other research that investigate the same area as we do. So in the end, we want to make a compare and contrast to see some differences and similarity between our research and their research. So all of their research show that there's a positive relationship between sport participation and the development of leadership skill, especially in women and female athletes. They all recognize attributes like confidence, communication, teamwork, and decision making as essential leadership quality fostered through sport participation. They acknowledge the social perception of men dominant in leadership and how women involvement in sport challenge that traditional gender norm. Some of the differences between ours and theirs is that our demographic focus were female college student athletes, while theirs demographic focus was from high school students all the way to broader societal level, like adult in the workforce. They investigate more factors that contribute and correlated to leadership roles like age, grade level, experience, and sport participation is one of them. We only investigate between sport and leadership. Our main methodology is from an interview, while theirs are from literature review and secondary research. The reason why we want to choose interview as our main methodology because we want to have a better understanding of the participant. We want to treat that as a peer-to-peer conversation rather than a relationship of a researcher to the participant, where the researcher is just gonna say that, okay, I just want all of your data, give me your data, and then piss off. That's not how my growth philosophy works. The more time we spend with participants, the more we're gonna understand it, and the more the data will become accurate. So let's move to the good part. We conclude that women in sport have a higher potential to become a successful leader because they already possess the skills like confidence, communication, socializing skill, and teamwork ethics, which are essential. But that doesn't mean that the other people, the other women who have not participated in sport, have a lower chance of becoming a successful leader. In fact, Sophia, my teammate, she's not participated in sport, yet she's become one of the most engaging, organizing, and connected to each other leader in our honor society. And more importantly, sport participation is only a minor factor that contributes to leadership capacity. When we talk about adult leadership, we must talk about their experience, education, mastery in the field, and their capacity in order to become a successful leader. When we talk about student leader, we also talk about their experience and their grade, how well they do at school, their GPA. I know that a lot of student leaders here at OCC, and they generally, most of them, if not all of them, are academically excellent. So with the result of our research paper, hopefully it will encourage more women to study as a leader. You will not only gain leadership skill, but at the same time, you'll be able to connect with more people and form a bond with them. And with the skill that you got, you'll be able to develop a community full of scholars and leaders that will contribute to society advancement and serve as a guideline for future generations. My name is Tran. This is Sophia. Thank you so much for your time.